All right. Welcome in everybody to Monday's edition of Daily Bread, coming at you live right at 12:30 on the East Coast. So, half the people I figured had off, half don't. Whatever the hell you're doing today, if you're in the office, if you're just chilling on the couch, out on a walk, throw in those AirPods and tune in to Daily Bread, where we got you covered in the winners for. We're going to go with soccer, we're going to go with college hoops, and then NHL play. But as usual, before we get into that, the show is powered and sponsored by the Wise Guys Diamond Club. Definitely be sure to be checking them out. One of the best deals running until the baseball season starts. We are currently live on Twitter, so thank you for all who follow us there and giving us that like and retweet to help share out today's episode. But as you already know, YouTube is the number one and the top place to be tapping in with us, giving out your best plays, asking us any questions, talking whatever you want. We can go from the All-Star game last night to whatever the hell you guys want to talk about. We appreciate you because we got the best chat on YouTube. But it's Monday. You all got that bookie payment to you. No request because if you're tapping in with us, you did pretty well. But Sosa, how are you doing?
Doing great, man. Had a wonderful weekend. Just hung out with the homies. Watched my friends' teams win. Just kind of chilled, man. Enjoyed the weekend. I know you had a nice little weekend, right? It wasn't
You
bad.
watch the All-Star game?
I mean, I watched some of it, but it wasn't like that entertaining to me per se. Like I'm a fan, obviously, of the game. LeBron hitting the game winning shot was dope. It was cool. You know, it
Yeah,
was
I got in a little bit later to the game, but to be honest, I was kind of hoping you missed that the fadeaway, the one legger, just so that Levine could go down and hit another three and hit the bucket to get it there because LeBron took it there. I mean, we all knew what was happening, but a lot of the things on the airways on Twitter was saying it's like the best All Star game of all the sports, and the new
it
version
is
is what made it better.
it is the listen. It's the best All Star game of any sport because they actually you get the opportunity for them to showcase their talent and have these wild crazy plays like the dunks, but then at the end now it becomes competitive, so you get a level of competition. You don't really get that from like the Pro Bowl. Or I mean, I'm not a big fan of the hockey game. And then baseball's All-Star game, they tried to make it more appealing by making, the team that won it get home field advantage in the playoffs. So they kind of made it count is what it is. So I think that's part of it. It's obviously an exhibition event and it's made for the fans, but any sports fan wants to see that level of competition. And I think that's where the NBA hits it on the head as opposed to other sports. I mean, obviously the NBA 75 was amazing. You get to see a bunch of legends, together. For
Get to
anybody,
see Garnett want to kill Ray Allen still.
but again, I love to see it. You know what I mean? It just shows you that competition and friendship and all the other parts. Look at my boy Casual popping back up. It's been a minute since he's been in. He popped up the other day in a space, man. It's my guy.
Biggest thing I took away from last night, I think Joel, he didn't win MVP, but it looks like he won the most money because you saw him dealing the cards and you saw him counting the stack right there when I think Spo was trying to speak to him. He just saw Joel's head down, which is
Just count up his bread.
that
Absolutely.
was funny as shit.
Um, but yeah, I enjoyed the festivities, man. It was cool. And like I said, you got the best you could ask for. You get LeBron hitting the game winner in Cleveland, Steph Curry getting the MVP after getting booed, and his history in Cleveland or against Cleveland. So it was just cool. I said
Yeah,
this
the
75.
16 for 27 was kind of unreal or whatever he ended up at from 30.
Yeah, it was absolutely ridiculous. Casey needs to grow up. Nah, I can't agree with that, man. You know what? I'm totally cool with having beef. You know what I mean? All this friendly bullshit we got now where people just showing up to play ball with their fucking friends is weird. I mean, KG ended up going to a big three, but remember, it's because the organization he was playing with, he gave it everything that he could, and they just couldn't get over the hump. They played in the conference final one time when they actually spent some money and got him some help.
Yeah, and
Um,
their big three was Spreewell and Sam Cassell. A little bit different than the big three he went to in Boston.
Absolutely, man. So you already know. The game soft. Yeah, dog. It's a lot of finesse bullshit now. I mean, it's obviously veered towards a more of an entertainment product as opposed to what we got in other generations or times, right? The physicality is kind of gone. I mean, obviously, playoff basketball is a little slower, a little more drawn out. But I think that for the most part, we got a cool product last night. Jason Tatum did not show up. This is what I get for betting on that guy when I'm a fucking Sixer fan. This is just these. This
Yeah,
is how it
I was
goes.
about to say, who jogged more last night, Tatum or Luca?
At least Luca hit some threes. Shit, most motherfucking Tatum was putting up bricks.
Yeah,
Put
neither of them ended up turning out too well. But let's get into today's plays. We were 6 minutes into the show. We got about 50 people tapping in with us. We got NHL that started during the day. We don't have a game on the 1 p.m. one, but I got one in the middle. So we'll start off with Serie. I got to find that ticker. It's been a while since we used it, but make sure to give us the like and subscribe if you're currently tuning in with us on YouTube. And the first match of the Serie that kicks off in about 20 minutes, you got Napoli traveling to the island of Caligari today. Really don't want to get involved in that one, and there's one sole reason because Napoli's in between the weeks of playing Barcelona. Barcelona will be traveling to them next week, so this could be a match where traveling to the island. It used to be tricky in years past, but Caligari's down in that relegation zone. Really a no play for me with Napoli sitting at a minus 165 money line. Where I do got action is in the 3 p.m. game. You got Bologna hosting Spezia. Spezia is a great young investing team. So they're trying to build for the future and not currently. Sure, the young legs are starting to get them there, but Bologna, they need a home result in their past 2 home games this season. They've yet to score. They haven't scored in their past 3. So I'm taking the team total over 1.5 at minus 110. Their money line sitting at minus 120. So you could potentially go that route if you think they get it out with a 1-0 win, but you could go with the over 2.5. I just think Bologna win this game. I think they definitely get 2 on the board. Spezia on the road are conceding 2.67 goals per match. They've been cleaner a little bit as of late, and Bologna's offense has been cold, so we're looking for a nice bounce back spot. Get 2 at home. Don't need the win. Over 1.5 minus 110.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you already know that was our favorite segment of the show.
I don't know. I think hockey might be your favorite segment of the show.
Let's hope I actually hit some bets, man.
All right. Well, do we even have an NHL ticker? It's been a minute since we have one because I'll just drop to that play because we're probably going to spend most of the time on the college hoop slate because you got 5 NHL games. I got one play for you, and Sosa we're fading the Flyers.
Lord Jesus.
It's pretty bad. It's not a bad way to be that. I'd like the over 6.5 here. That's at even, but I'm just going to take Carolina on the puck line. So minus 1.5 at plus 115. You can take them to win in regulation, but that's minus 130. I much rather just take Carolina. The last time Carolina came to Philly, I was there. It was a 6-3 drubbing. Aho went nuts. I expect this Carolina side Carter Hart stood no shot. This defense can't control what Carolina does up top. They'll commit too many silly penalties. I expect Carolina to get 2 on the power play here. So if you have that, you can look for power play points, but I expect a drubbing in Philly. That's a 305 start. So those first 2 plays, both at 305.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have nothing for hockey.
Bet against the Flyers every day.
Yeah, but
Martin Jones is starting. Yeah, fuck yeah. Almost make that 2 units on the minus 1.5. If Carter Hart's definitely not in net, no. Doesn't matter when you're playing the Flyers, the back-to-back factor. One team is going the complete wrong way, and one team has playoff hopes. So I think it's a nice little – you could go Carolina team total as well, but I'm just going to rock them on the puck line. All right, I've done a lot of talking, so you can start them off with our first college hoops play of the day.
First college hoops play of the day for me will be we're running it back with Middle Tennessee State, MTSU minus 5.5, playing UTEP today. Middle Tennessee has hit their stride. I like the way they're playing. They're on a, I believe, 5-game win streak. They've won, I believe, 10 of their last 11 against a team that they should win rather. Win rather handily. So that's what I'm rocking with today. I'm on Middle Tennessee State. They've been playing, like I said, they've been playing great ball. We're rolling with the Blue Raiders once again. So that's what we're on today.
Man, this UTEP team, I thought they're going to be pretty awful in Conference USA play after how they started the non-con season, but they actually been picking up some results, but Conference USA is pretty weak overall. This is where middle, it's the first time these two teams are meeting up this season, so I always like when that's a factor in it. I got to be laying it here because my numbers make this around 8.
Yep. And like I said, it is they are a wagon right now, bro. They've been very, very, very solid. And like I said, they won 10 of their last 11. So I'm on it. And you want me to just drop my second one?
Yeah, if you want to.
All right, my second play today will be Syracuse versus Georgia Tech. I'm going with the under 146. Georgia Tech has been anemic offensively for the most part of the year. They failed to hit 70 points in 7 of their last 8 games. Even in the ones they've won, they've struggled to even hit 70 points. I think they are a rough and tumble defensive team. They want to make it struggle. They want to make you struggle offensively. Obviously, Syracuse plays zone the whole game. Georgia Tech does not have the ancillary shooters, in my opinion. The only thing that can make this game go over is 1, overtime, and 2, fouls. Both teams have a propensity to foul a lot. But I'm going with the under 146.5 at -110, Georgia Tech versus Syracuse. That's what I'm on.
Word. Those are your 2 plays. Yep. Thank you, Tiffany, for the shout out there. If you got the Marquette +1.5, you had a positive day yesterday for me in the show. If you took the money line like myself, you're just sitting there and contemplating life because the stepping out of bounds just from the high pressure with 10 seconds left, turnover, foul, only make 1 free throw, then the guy fucking steps on the line to inbound the ball afterwards. That was just, and then they missed 2 wide open layups, the 2 previous possessions, man. I was sitting there just watching it go down a slow demise, and then they finally hit their first bucket in 5 minutes to cash everyone who had the +1.5. So shout out to all of you who took that.
And also, if you bet Memphis -3.5 yesterday, don't worry. I'm re-enrolling in college, and I'm going to suit up next game. So you have nothing to worry about. You want an extra 30? Sosa got you. I'm about to call Penny, and he said I could trade him my entire sneaker collection, and he'll give me a scholarship. So,
yep. But at least Wichita came through with us. Double overtime really made us sweat, but thank you once again. So for my plays today, Sosa, I'm staying within that Syracuse Georgia Tech game, and I'm taking the +8.5 with the Jackets. They're not going to lose by double digits. If they get it by 10, it is what it is. You hit it with the anemic offense, but Georgia Tech, they have a top 53-point defense, so they'll be able to keep Syracuse in check from deep. If Buddy and Son company decide to go off and hit all their threes, it is what it is. I'm taking the +8.5. So they're going to foul out in 3 minutes.
Hey, listen, bro. Listen.
4 rebounds is pretty generous in my opinion.
What do you think? What do you think is Sosa on a basketball court? Right? Think about it like this. You ever seen the Denzel interview with Jamie Foxx when he was like, "I'm leaving there with something"? If it's 2 technical fouls and at least 1 made free throw or an ejection, I'm leaving with something. You just have to tune in for that one. That's all. But I'm putting them bitches up, though. 2 for 16, I'll take it. As long as I'm in the books. Fuck you mean? Not playing with me.
Man, that would be nuts.
Goal, dog. Be in the books. I'm like Evel Knievel, bro. I get paid for the attempt.
All right. Second play of, do you like the first half under than full game in the Syracuse, Sosa?
I like the full. I'm going full game. Like, why I won't go first half is because one of these teams could go crazy offensively in the first half. You still get the over, or you still get the under for the game. First half, it's no guarantees or real insight I can give beyond that. I mean, we got 2 teams that will that one can be slow offensively or fast. You just don't know.
Yep. So the second play of the day we're rocking with, I was tempted to take another gross plus number here with Louisville at the plus 10, but we ain't going to do that. I do think Louisville does keep it close and within double digits. This total has dropped 1.5. I like the over 144 minus 110. We've seen with Serie, we've seen with UNC games, not very great at defense. Their best way that they've shown up in ACC plays, just get 85 and get out of there with a win. In this game, I honestly see it being an 80 to 70 type of game where we get over by 6 points. My numbers make it right at 151, so I like the over 144 minus 110. And if you hear a chainsaw, don't worry. I don't think anyone's coming for me just yet.
All right, so you're gonna make me take the you're not. So we're just going with the over.
Yeah, we're going with the over. I'm not making us fade UNC. I wanted to do that, but
you're far too kind, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
No, not far too kind. It's just I can't be telling the people to invest in Louisville right now. This team is so one game they'll show up and compete the full 40 minutes. Another one they'll sleepwalk for 20 minutes just because their season's done. They're not even going to make it into the NIT. Chris Maxwell gone. So that's kind of where they got their nice win against Clemson. It's probably going to come crashing back down today.
We know how that goes, though, right? When a team loses their coach in season, it's very hard to rally, especially given the impact that they usually have on the entire program. And then again, usually when you get fucking fired mid-season, things don't usually work out well. What's Georgetown?
And then last time,
16 straight, 17 straight now.
They lost what?
16 straight or 17?
No, that's Georgetown.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
It's 17.
17. Okay, but they will not fire one. They will not fire one Patrick Ewing, which is I love to see it. I can't even lie to you. I'm cheering for the guy. I know we know he's gonna make it through the rest of the season, but he'll get fired at the end of the year. So it's really nothing that can be done at this point. You know, just hope he lands on his feet and hope he ends up back in the NBA which he should have been. Listen, NFL coaches need to stop going to college, and college coaches need to stop going to the NFL. NBA coaches need to stop going to college. College coaches need to stop going to the NBA.
We'll get to the Howard stuff in just a minute. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have a dialogue about that for sure because I see a bunch of bozos not actually watching the fucking video and paying attention to what they're seeing. So we're going to give you a full video breakdown of the Juwan Howard situation, not the Twitter breakdown, for sure.
Yep. And then the last time, just to wrap up the over 144 minus 110, the last time these two teams met, 90 to 83 overtime was already over the total. Before it went to overtime, I think we see an extremely similar game once again. The final play of the day, I don't know where we should – no, I'm not kidding. We're going with San Francisco, minus 13, minus 110. Pacific's going to get smacked. They got that lucky win against Loyola Marymount at home. It's a big number with the Dons. I just see a complete smackdown from San Francisco. Pacific can't score 65-plus against the Dons. The Dons will probably break 90 easy tonight.
Yeah, a lot of people are heavy on the San Francisco team, huh? People talking about it being a 3-bid league and all that, and I'm like – for the WCC, pretty interesting.
Yeah, man. I was on the Dons and, Colorado State was the team I stuck my flag in at the beginning of the year, but the one paid-for-play show, the Dons are sitting at 13-1 before conference play, and then it's kind of got a little bit rougher, and now they're sitting at 21-7, so they kind of played their way completely out of the third bid, in my opinion, because they'll give it to Creighton if they're sitting at 20-10 over San Francisco if they end up running the table
because of the schedule, and they played Villanova and Providence twice, so that's immediately, and that's what like a lot of people who are casuals don't really understand. Like a big win or a win against a bigger top 5 conference is just going to put you in such a position that these smaller teams who might be competitive, they don't even get a shot.
That's what yesterday's win for Creighton was huge because they got both of them against Marquette. Now they basically have the upper hand against them. Just the reason why we like the Dons coming off the loss recently. Pacific came off that nice win. I mean, there's not much to say. Pacific's offense ranks in the bottom 30. They can't stop the 3. They can't stop the 2. The Dons move at the top 100 pace. They'll be up and down the court while turning them over left and right. Minus 13, minus 110. So that's 5 plays for Monday from me.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. So that's
3 in college hoops, 1 soccer, 1 NHL.
7 total between the two of us. Obviously, I'm not the college basketball sharp on the show, but I've been really good in college basketball. This weekend was just, I went first half. I tried to get the quick money. It didn't work. You know what I'm saying? But today we're right back. I love the angles that I've used, and let's get to it. Now, we're going to talk about this Juwan Howard situation because I see a bunch of fucking idiots on the internet talking about it. First off, he shouldn't be fired. He should be suspended. That's no question. 1, he told the dude not to touch him. He said, "Don't touch me. Don't touch me." That right there is not an invitation to be touched. Pause. I don't like that. First of all, like, you're not finna, no. You touch my gear. I'm surprised he gets slapped off of just that. Then you in my face with no mask. You yelling at me with no mask. Isn't that like a big deal? That's a big deal, right? Like, you yelling in my face with no mask, right? And then your dickhead assistant who played for the team a couple years ago. That's the thing. He's a youngin, want to come over there like he's still playing, chirping at a player. If you pay attention to what you're watching, Juwan Howard never even acknowledges the guy that he slapped. He doesn't even acknowledge him until he slaps him. He's having a conversation with guard the whole time. He's directly speaking to him, and then he sees out of peripherals, he sees the assistant chirping at a player. So what'd he do? He reached out and he smacked the shit out that dude. I mean, I obviously enjoyed seeing it. But again, he can't do that. That's not cool. But for all the dickheads talking about he should be fired, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, please.
1, the CBS music going over it, and the announcers just like having no idea what to do the entire time, and they just slowly started panning out, and you just saw Diabate go windmill.
That's mode. You see what D-Rock just said, right? That right there is the shit I'm talking about. He's talking shit to the kid with the dreads. He put his hands on the kid first. And then Juwan said, I'm Rick James, bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's what we seen.
Well, I'm just happy that no one put hands on Phil, or I was driving out to Wisconsin to go put my hands on whoever touched my belly.
Ain't nobody hitting his old ass.
He was in the middle of the scrum at the end of it. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Hey, and then you saw Brad Davidson the whole time wanted nothing to do with the fight. He goes, "Yo, can we go sing our victory song now?" That's what the hell I want to be doing.
Word, bro. Hey, man, like I said, as far as I'm concerned with the Juwan,
I think he does get suspended though. Should he?
He's
no,
definitely.
I think he.
No. I'm not gonna. He should definitely be suspended. I'm not saying that he was right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, because it all comes down to the whole, like, you need to be a professional and you need to set an example for these kids, and that's what they're gonna say, right? Listen, Juwan Howard never had an issue playing for Miami, and he's still a Michigan alum. I think people forget that he was part of the Fab Five. Like, he was one of them.
Yeah,
dudes,
I saw someone say he should have smacked Chris Webber for a timeout, if anybody.
This the same guy on record calling Christian Laettner a bitch. Jimmy called him a bitch too, but so did Juwan. I mean, it wasn't like this.
My biggest concern for this whole situation is they had the Turgeon situation last season. I just don't want people to start building a case. This is why Juwan can't control himself and shit like that.
Yeah, but Turgeon's a bitch, though.
I know. Well, Turgeon's no longer a coach and he's gone, but that's what I'm just saying. Coaches can now see that you can get under Howard's skin pretty easily. And
see, 77 figures. I said, this is what I said to the homies, and they looked at me like I was crazy. They're not going to just let him go for 2 games. Like, why? Because Stephen A's dumbass is doing this? Like, fuck him. What is Stephen A? Come on, man. Stephen A was tap dancing so fucking hard on my TV this morning, I wanted to break it. Can't believe I had to turn the shit on mute. Shit was terrible. Fucking hate that guy, man.
Well, they have a coach that's coached for 20 years coming in to take in for however many 2 games it is. So Michigan, you'll probably win both of them. Don't you worry about that. We're back in Phil. Don't you worry. The first game when he's there might be the first time we do a 2-unit bet on the show.
You're shameless. You're really one shameless motherfucker, dog. I swear to God.
No one else loves the Hawks as much as I do.
I can't believe you. Like he's like, yeah, well, I hate to see Juwan go down for 4 games, but I will be betting on his replacement. Like, okay, cool. I bet.
Well, I still said it's one of the best things Michigan did was putting him in there, not just because he was at St. Joe's. You gave a guy with 20 years that knew the landscape, how to recruit, how to work through everything. You just helped Juwan become a better coach by putting him around there.
I like how you're saying all this. And what was his record his last 3 seasons at St. Joe's?
Not great, but they went. Hey, I saw 2 A-10 championships when I was there in 2 March Madness. He had the perfect season too, or close to it. Fucking John Lucas, the third made me cry when I was like in 3rd grade.
You're shameless. You're shameless, dog.
You don't remember the John Lucas's 3rd shot? I don't think anyone ever remembers him.
Of course, against Oklahoma State when they had Delonte and Jameer. Like, what people forget is if Marvin O'Connor doesn't get hurt that season, y'all probably win the whole shit. But people don't know about Marvin O'Connor, because they just don't. It's just like when Villanova had Curtis Sumter back in the day. If he hadn't gotten hurt, that team would have won a championship too.
Curtis Sumter, that's a good throwback.
He's the best player on the team, but couldn't stay healthy. He had knees of an 80-year-old man. So, yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes, man.
That's about it.
That's pretty much it, man. Trying to think if we left off anything. All-Star, they need to just start paying motherfuckers to do the dunk contest. Like, if you can't come out of pocket to get better, like if you're gonna cut a check to Macy Gray to do the fucking to do the national anthem, you need to pay these players to get in the dunk contest. The only thing that can save the dunk contest is star power. That's it. Nothing else.
Yep.
Nobody fucking wants to see Obi Toppin and Cole fucking Anthony in Tim's. Like, no, I don't think there's any basketball fan that was like, oh man, you know who I want to see in the dunk contest? Cole Anthony. Nobody fucking who asked for that? Why are you giving people some shit that they didn't even want or ask for? And no offense to Cole Anthony, he went to North Carolina, and his pops was the man and all that shit. But come on, the NBA's got to do a better job with that. Saturday was trash. Sunday was great. The Legends really saved it. Let's not lie. The Legends, the NBA 75 is what really saved the weekend. And then obviously we got to see, LeBron and Steph Curry.
Well, aren't the next 2 All-Star games in Indianapolis and Salt Lake too?
I think Salt Lake's the next one. I wonder if they're going to let Karl Malone in the building in that one. All right, I'm done.
All right, yeah, I was about to say we got to end now. We're out.
That's the end of it for me.